Bow, bow, ba-na-na, bow, bow. Ring. What's happening? A Dodger win means a happy Bendy on this Thursday morning. What time is it? It's 8:30 in the morning. Welcome to Blue Review. Parker Bell with his lasers going on in the background. I'm Greg Bergman. Marcus Grant is sitting and watching his child and other little children just sing songs, and he will not be here today.
Dad duty. We love that for him.
We love dad duty for him. All right, so Parker, what's going on, man? I was at the game last night. You were at the game last night, but you had a completely different experience than I did.
Completely. Greg, we could nearly have an entire Blue Review episode just based off of Parker and Beto Duran on the field. I got to be honest, one of the greatest experiences for me personally. I got a chance to meet. It's all good. I'm glad we're in the chat. Hello, everybody in the chat. So, me and Beto, we got to go down on the field. He honestly knows everybody at that damn stadium. So there are names that I can hardly even remember because I met so many people. But a lot of idols I got to meet. I got to meet Jose Mota. Got to meet some guys like Steven Nelson, who went to Chapman, is like similar to myself. So amazing chance. I mean, look at this. Hold on. Here we go.
Hey,
I had
baseball.
so much fun. I may have taken a ball from.
You stole a baseball. You stole a baseball from the Dodgers and just walked out of the stadium with it. They're never letting us back, Parker. That's it. It's all over. You
done.
Wanted to go to the Yankee series. They're going to say, no, you stole a baseball.
But it was great. You know, I might have had maybe a better experience than you. I'm hearing you were
Well, we'll get to me. We'll get to me in a second.
Yeah.
So you met all these people. You met Jose Mota. You met Steven Nelson. You met who else was in there?
I mean, we got a chance to see the legend, and of course, he's been by the station before. Jaime Jarin was out there.
Oh, yeah. Gosh, Jerry Hairston. You saw Jerry Hairston, I'm pretty sure.
Jerry Hairston. We brought him on. We brought him on to Sedano and Cap. YouTube
which was
only.
Cool. That was
amazing
great.
Experience, and expect more of that. I think I'm going to try to get out there, be with the people, be on the field. I got a chance to talk to Alden Gonzalez. Let's see, Hernandez. I think over with
Dylan Hernandez.
Dylan Hernandez.
Okay.
A lot of cool people.
So how many? So you met all these cool people. It's great. How many of them are going to be coming on the Blue Review?
All right. So let's say I met 8 people. I got 5 numbers. So just like an average.
All right.
Look
at that. Okay. You're saying you get, if you meet 8 women, you get 5 numbers, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Man, there is no way in hell. I'm going to go away from that. All right. We can go to my story now. After that nonsense.
Moving on.
Sorry. Okay. I mean, look, if you do it, good for you. I have more power to you. But either way, yeah, so you did have a much better experience in that sense. I got to watch the game, so I got to sit with my girlfriend Jean, and we were watching. And so we get to the 5th inning. It's the bottom of the 5th inning. And she goes, "Hey, babe, you mind getting me a churro? I want something sweet." I'm like, "Sure. No problem. I'll go get that for you." And I go over. First of all, we're on the third base side on field level and probably like row 45. So pretty far down, but you used to have a good vantage point still. It was good seats. I enjoyed them. So bottom of the 5th. And we had to go. The sweet spot is on the first base side in row 40. So the exact other side of Dodger Stadium. So I walk all the way around and I go over to the sweet spot. The line is gigantic. And I'm sitting there. The top of the bottom of the 5th inning goes by. The top of the 6th inning goes by. The bottom of the 6th inning is still going on. I'm still about 5-6 people deep by the time Teo hits the home run to go up 3-1. So I'm watching it on the TV. I'm excited, but I don't see it because there's a big giant wall in front of the sweet spot, so I can't even see the field on the other side. It was so frustrating. And then I didn't even get it. I didn't even get the churro sundae at that point. I had to go. I had to wait. I didn't get back until the end of the top of the 7th. 2 full innings. 2 full innings in this churro line. It was the most frustrating. But lady wants a churro, lady gets a churro. Lady wants a churro, lady gets a churro.
You want churro, I get churro.
You want churro, I get churro.
You know what? No, you're a great boyfriend for getting Jean the churro.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a lot of respect. And plus, honestly, in the chat knows when you're at the game, you got to get up. You got to go get your stuff. You got to grab another Voodoo Ranger. Anthony Jex was at the game as well. Producer Anthony over here.
Hey, everybody come say hi.
Yeah, the whole fam was here. Come wave real quick, Jax.
Yo, Anthony.
Blue Review gang, come on.
Everybody was at the game, and they know when you got to get up, you're gonna be in a long line. Dodger Stadium was packed because Dodgers got the best fans in the nation, so it's gonna happen. But you still get to celebrate with everybody around you. Shout out Teoscar. But Greg, let's get into this game.
Yep, let's get
Dustin
into this
May
game.
absolutely dealt a lot of good stuff we can get into.
So I thought that Dustin May looked really, really good. This is the second I was talking about it with Marcus yesterday when you were off, but it's this is his second straight outing against the Diamondbacks that he looked really, really good. He is kind of an up and down guy right now. Sometimes he gets that swing and miss, and sometimes he doesn't. He looked really, really good early on. Through 2 innings, he had 4 strikeouts and was under 30 pitches. So he was pitching. He was pitching efficiently. He was pitching well. He was getting swing and miss. Everything that you're hoping for on a Dustin May start, you got. So, I mean, he did give up the 1 home run to Ketel Marte, but you could tell that he was really, really on yesterday because when someone got a hit, it would go through and he got pissed. He showed all the emotion.
Yeah, I just quickly on Ketel Marte. Why is it always a Diamondback? He is now, I believe, outside of course, the ones who we already know. I don't even want to say their names. He, I think, has like the 3rd most hits against the Dodgers as an active player. I'll check myself on that, but
It probably is, but it's more so that Ketel Marte is a really good baseball player.
Exactly.
That I understand. Christian Walker is like an okay baseball player, but he hit 800 against the Dodgers.
Right.
So when he was no longer there, it's like, oh, sigh of relief. But somebody has to take that mantle, right? So it was Gabriel Moreno. He's the dude that gets all those. Yeah, he's the he just get hits every single time. Yeah, Marte is an absolute. Like, he's a good baseball player. That's a star baseball player.
Watching him warm up and some of the guys, by the way, I didn't get to earlier, was just amazing. I mean, Perdomo, I think, is one of the more athletic guys I've ever seen. But I also got to see like Mookie and Haesung doing batting practice. Yeah. And they look locked in. And I mean, don't want to say it really showed last night, but it was cool to see at least.
Yeah, no, it was. They were not. They're facing Corbin Burnes, and Corbin Burnes looked so good throughout the entirety of that game. He was so. If we were talking about Dustin May being efficient with his pitches, Corbin Burnes was super efficient. It didn't get to over 10 pitches per inning based on he was around 60 through 5, and that was the first time everything.
First 11 batters, I think.
Yeah, no, he was perfect through. He went all the way through, and then Freddie Freeman got a hit, and that was when the no hitter went away. But besides that, he was just on it. He throws this curveball that just kept everybody off balance the entire game. They were swinging and missing it. It became to a point like, he's going to throw a curveball here. Can you throw a curveball?
Is that what
that was he just threw it over and over again, and they were swinging and missing it at every single time. It was frustrating to watch, but that's who Corbin Burnes is. He is a good pitcher. Now, thankfully, Teo learned to be Teo once again and hit that big 3-run bomb.
Gosh, welcome back. And we were saying in the group chat with Marcus and Jeff, our friend Jeff Spiegel, he honestly didn't look like he was seeing the ball in that at bat until boom, there we are. I don't know I know you were in your churro line, but looking back on it,
I can see it better that way. Actually, that's the churro line.
What did you see from Teoscar in that at bat?
So I think that's just kind of who Teoscar is. He swings at pitches outside the zone. He swings at pitches below the zone. He swings a lot, so he's going to strike out a lot. But he still has a good enough eye. And this year, especially with 2 strikes on, he's one of the best hitters in all of baseball. It's him and Freddie and Will Smith are all at the top of best hitters with 2 strikes. So it's kind of normal. He'll reach out, but when he'll lock in when it comes down to that 2 strikes. Mm-hmm. And you showed it yesterday against Burnes, and that was to dead away straight center. So it was a blast, man.
Yeah, and just overall, I mean, we kind of glossed over just a little bit of May, but is this something that, foreshadowing we're going to see? I know you said he's up and down, but he broke, I think, a 3-game skid for himself. Is this maybe that confidence booster that he needed moving forward?
Who, Teo?
May? Sorry, Dustin.
No, sorry, Dustin May. I wouldn't. Well, that's where I wouldn't say it was May. I don't think so, because his last start was bad against the Angels. He got lit up by the Angels. The start before that was against the Diamondbacks, and he gave up only 2 only gave up 2 runs, which
No run
if you
support.
give up 1-2 run, no run support. That's where. So he loses, but he didn't pitch poorly against the Diamondbacks at all. He was actually, I think he had like 5 or 6 strikeouts. He only gave up 2 runs. And he went 6 innings. So those were the things that that's what you want out of a start. I think it might have even been 6 2/3. Either way, he looked good against the Diamondbacks in this second. So it's been an up and down situation. I wouldn't say it was a 3-game poor streak. This game was very much close to the same, and actually better, because he had, I believe, 8 strikeouts last night. So he against the Diamondbacks, he did it twice now. So we just need to get that Dustin May against everybody else, and if he can stay consistent, it'll be a much easier year for him. But we got to remember, though, Parker, he's still coming off injury. He didn't pitch for 2 years, and so that's something that it's going to take some time to get there. And he is now back, and hopefully he can have this outing and just build on it.
So with I guess the theme of people being out, Teoscar kind of getting his feet back under him, as well as Tommy. The Dodgers, 2.5 games over the Padres, after the Padres absolutely are just getting. I mean, I know I'm wearing brown. I should not have worn brown today, but
they didn't play the Padres last night.
Yeah. So we're good. But I mean, 3 runs in the last 5 games, I think, for the Padres. 2.5 games over them, 2 games over the Giants, despite all the shambles that fans have been putting the Dodgers in.
It's all falling apart.
It's all falling apart. Dodgers are getting back into a groove, Greg. And I mean, I don't know. I think moving forward, Jerry Harrison was saying it on Sedano and Cap the other day. You play 162 games, so you're bound to have a little stretch. But here we have been on the Blue Review. Even though we're nitpicking, we've been telling people, don't worry.
Yeah, well, of course, because you can't worry, because this team is built for the playoffs and not for they're built for the regular season too, but they're also built for the playoffs, and that's all that matters is getting to the playoffs. But I mean, every team goes through these things. The Padres, as you mentioned, they got 2 touchdowns put on them last night, 14-0. Like that, those are the things that just happen every once in a while. The Padres will be fine. This is not the end of the world for the Padres, and the Dodgers are still 31-19. It's going to take some time. It's okay. This is a long season. There's going to be problems. There's going to be different guys, but the Dodgers are doing the right thing by keeping up Hae-Sung Kim, getting rid of Chris Taylor, getting rid of Austin Barnes, bringing up Dalton Rushing. All those things are all positive things for this team, and they're going to be just fine. But yeah, we have to nitpick, and it just feels good to be at the top of the league. And look, you won the series, and you beat the ace. That's all these things are there. It's going well. It's okay if we lose a couple games here and there.
Yeah, no, those are big key moments. Beating teams like the Diamondbacks, who you've been having back and forths with, big for the mental, big for the team morale. But nitpicking a little bit of the positive ends, and then we can get into maybe some of the negatives with like the batting. High leverage Trevino.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
Wow,
shocked.
You could have mentioned Trevino's name. I mean, a few weeks ago, and I would have been like, huh? And now here we are. High leverage moment. Jack Dreyer doesn't really necessarily handle things on his end, but he's been great for us all season. And Trevino comes in and handles the job, and then Tanner Scott gets redemption.
Yes. What
did you see from the bullpen there yesterday?
I was really excited to see. I saw Lou Trevino come in, and I was like, what is happening here? Why is Trevino coming in? And also because you just didn't have anybody else really to go out there. I guess they could have gone to Kasperius again there, because he only pitched to one batter, but at the same time, probably didn't want to do that, especially since he was in a little. Oh no, what did he pitch one batter? Whatever it was. But it could have gone somebody else. But Trevino had to step up, and he did. So as long as he can do that a few more times, he won't be DFA'd so fast. But no, I thought he looked good. And Tanner Scott had been good. He was pitching very, very well in May, and it just happened to have a bad outing on Monday. Or Tuesday, excuse me, had bad outing on Tuesday. They brought him back out despite the fact that he pitched an inning and 2/3, I believe, and then came back out yesterday. Again, a little bit shocked, but we talked about it yesterday too. Not a lot of guys you trust in that bullpen right now, and Tanner Scott is actually one of those guys that you have to trust. He's your closer, so you have to keep putting him out there. And he dominated. He did what he was supposed to do. Thankfully, he was on the low end of the lineup, but still, he did what he had to do and got the save. And hopefully with a day off, against the Mets, it all will be much better for him.
Yeah, no, he looks like how we would expect him to look last night, and it's a positive thing to see because when and I'm seeing the chat. Not gonna lie, this is from JF. Was a little nervous when Scott came in. We have some
We all were.
recency bias, we all were a little nervous because of what we just saw the day, the days prior. But listen, Scott, you pay him the money, and he's getting it done, and he will get it done. I know he's a little better in away games, so maybe in New York we'll see a little more.
Yeah, those things are always weird. I don't know. It's tough to go off of those, but yeah,
Splits, especially with relievers, splits are
Yeah.
definitely hard to kind of follow along. But it'll be interesting moving forward. I mean, I think that the bullpen will be fine because you're going to get guys like Kopech back. You're going to get eventually guys like Phillips. So not necessarily worried on that end because the guys who are getting overused, I mean, Yates already went down, but a lot of the guys who are getting overused are like Anthony Banda, who you're not going to really see in October a lot.
I don't know about that. He was a big part of that team last year in October.
Yeah.
So, and they have other lefties now, so that makes him not as.
That's the only reason
important. Yeah, no, for sure. But it's the Vezia's not pitching well again. That's something where he's not pitching too well. Bonda's not pitching well. So these lefties are going to have to kind of figure it out, and they're going to have to figure out who's going to be the 1, 2, 3 guys that are going to make the postseason roster down the line. Bonda wants to be one of those guys. I mean, he's a female favorite by far.
I mean, I was going to say, if the Dodgers want the biggest pop in the stadium, fan pop, bring Bonda out.
What is it more? Is it more Bonda or Haesung Kim's thighs?
So, okay, we're just going to get into this right now. So my TikTok, I get a lot of Dodgers TikToks. Unfortunately, that also means I get a lot of Dodgers thirst traps. I don't know what that means, but
what does that tell you about you?
yeah. Hey, chat, come at me. But I saw that the Dodgers fandom, the Dodgers women, are starting to veer off towards the Haesung train. And I mean, listen, I don't blame him. Those quad daddy, he's got quads for days.
They're gigantic.
And chiseled abs. I mean, we don't. This isn't the.
You're taking it to the chiseled abs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's popping out of his pants. There's nothing we can do about that.
That's why we kept them up. That's why the Dodgers kept them up.
Right. Yeah. But no. So there's a lot of positive stuff that's going on right now. Yeah. So I'm very happy, and I'm sure you are as well. Who are you most impressed by right now? I mean, or actually, the same question that we had for Marcus yesterday. Who do you actually trust in this bullpen round? Do you have anybody that when they come out, you actually trust them?
I mean, I want to say that Kasperius might be my number one on the trust tree right now. I think that he's been the most consistent and he can go the longest if you need, somebody to fill from 6 to 8, wherever those little, if your pitchers aren't going 6, which they do not. But hey, shout out to Dustin May and Yamamoto because they're
7 and 6. Yep.
But I think Kasperius will be my number one. And then honestly, I know I'm like trying to go down through everybody's list, but I think Tanner Scott has the stuff to be one of the most lethal bullpen guys in the game. So it's so early in the season. I think once you get towards the All-Star break, we're going to realize that Tanner Scott is him. He's that guy.
Yeah, no. So Tanner Scott, I'm with you. Tanner Scott, I do trust him. I know he had a bad outing on Tuesday. It's fine; those things happen. But no, I trust Tanner Scott so far. Ben Kasperius has been my guy too. I'm with you on that. But if the more he gets used, the more that he's going to be seen, the more that they can kind of pick up what his pitches are, and he's going to be found out a little bit. But all the other guys, I think the bullpen will all figure itself out. This is why they spend so much on bullpen when really bullpen is not something you normally spend on in the offseason. And we talk about it all the time that what happens at the beginning, you think, oh, this is such a great bullpen. Oh, my God, they're terrible. And at the end of the day, you're like, oh, my God, this bullpen is unhittable. It happens. Bullpens are so volatile so that it's the guys that are pitching poorly are going to be pitching better down the line. At least we hope so. But I think they built enough guys into their bullpen that will be good enough that I think that they will be very happy with our bullpen come playoff time.
Yeah. I wanted to quickly ask you, what did you think of Dalton's catching job yesterday? Obviously at the plate, even though he's walking up to Kid Cudi, so shout out to him and rocking the mustache. Didn't, struck out 3 times, but how did you feel about the job behind the plate?
Drop on the plate. It's a little bit tough to see from where I was sitting. So, but
Fair.
I thought he did a good job. I mean, honestly, it's if you go by just the pitch selection, him and Dustin May had to have been on the same page to get to where they're going to, and include even Trevino and include Tanner Scott, because those they got there was really just it was I think it was like 7 hits that they gave up and only that one home run, and that was it. So you have to give a little bit of a credit to Dalton Rushing in that, is that the pitch selection and listening to his pitchers and being on the same page as them makes a big difference. So yeah, I thought Dalton Rushing did a great job. What did you see?
No, I mean, listen, the young kid, he's starting to figure out all the guys up here in the majors, and I think that's exciting to see because Will, even though it was his bobblehead night last night, shout out Will.
Oh, I left it in my car. Shoot.
He needs nights off, and to have somebody consistent and solid behind the plate like Dalton, whether you're getting the bat or not, I think is super exciting to see for Dodger fans. And the bat will come.
Yes.
He's a contact guy. He finds the ball. He's just had a tough night because it's Corbin Burns.
Yeah. That's a lot of it was Corbin Burns of it, but also he's also a patient hitter up there. He doesn't swing at. He tries not to swing at any bad pitches. He has been. I mean, they're attacking him now. They saw that he was walking early on. They saw that he can hit balls 110 miles off the mile per hour off the bat, 112 another time after that. They see that he has power, so they have to attack him in different ways. And when they attacked him in those ways, he is now having to swing at more pitches. He can't be as patient as he was, so he's going to strike out a little bit more. This is where the same thing that we talk about with Hasan Kim, we talk about with James Outman, with any guy that comes up from AAA and Andy Pages, you have to be able to adjust because the pitchers are going to adjust to you very, very quickly. And this is a situation where Dalton has to adjust. This is also kind of the issue, right, Parker? Like, if you want to play every single day, you have to be in AAA. If you want to be up in the majors, you're going to play 2 to 3 times a week. So when you get up those 2 to 3 times a week, you have to produce. Obviously, last night he didn't. We can very much put it into the Corbin Burns of it all, but it's something that I think he can overcome, and he will overcome because he does have the power. He does have the contact.
Agreed. But will be back tomorrow. It's an off day tonight, and they got the Mets tomorrow. I believe it is Kershaw Day versus former Halo Griffin Canning, who magically is a good pitcher now. Wow.
When you leave the Angels, you get
you become better. What a coincidence, right?
And even if you're good and you were on the Angels, you get better when you leave. Like Shohei was good on the Angels. He got better when he came to the Dodgers. That's just how this works.
But a rematch, of course, of the NLCS. Greg, what should we expect, of course, just from the team in general, but Kershaw on the bump?
Yeah, I really hope that Kershaw just kind of finds the stuff, finds the swing and miss, gets a couple more strikeouts, and just doesn't get lit up. He's facing the Mets at Citi Field. I was going to say Shea Stadium. At Citi Field is going to be tough, and having the guys that they have in that lineup, and Juan Soto being patient and not going to swing at just about anything. So it's going to be tough for him. I really hope that he does have a good outing. I won't, even if he doesn't have a good outing, I'm not going to really be like shocked by it because this is a tough place to play. But if you can get me 4 innings and get like 4 or 5 strikeouts and keep it down to 3-4 runs, I think that would be a really, really good outing for him. That's just kind of where we're at with Kershaw now. It's not about, getting 6-7 innings and striking out 15 guys. It's about, can you keep it down enough to get to the bullpen and have the bullpen just be, not get used too much.
I like that. I think that is a solid plan. Dodgers, Dave, if you're listening, listen to Greg there. And also help your vet out, guys. Let's get a run on the board early. Let's put up a dinger. Somebody just get 1 to 2 runs so that Kershaw has a little bit of run support and we don't pull a Yamamoto for him. But Greg, I'll let you kind of close us out here. Shout out to our friends over at LAX, of course. What do we got upcoming here on ESPN Los Angeles?
Thank you very much, the LAX, as always, changing the travel experience. Coming up next, Travis and DeMarco with a little Emily and Jorge mixed in. Thank you very much in the chat. Thank you for being on the Blue Review. We will be back tomorrow with, I hope, Marcus. He should be able to be not having children sing at him anymore. And Jeff Spiegel will be joining us as well. All right, for Parker Bell, Greg Bergman, that was the Blue Review. Thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you.
See you.